Hey everyone, welcome back to Sawyer Ridge Farm. My name is Alex.
I'm Jacob. Today we're going to just be doing a little bit of goat maintenance. We got some stuff right here. We're going to go over to the nannies first, and mainly we're just going to do some a copper bolus. We got two goats that look a little wormy, so we're probably going to deworm them. And while we have them all together, we're going to just kind of check their hooves and everything. And then we're going to go over to the kind of where the kids are and the buck, and we're going to try to give them a copper bolus as well, and that's probably going to be a little fun. But that's what we're going to be doing today, so we'll take you over there and show you how we do it.
Yep. Alright, so now that we have them over here in this holding pen, we just let them in here with a little bit of feed. What we're going to do is bring them over here to their working stand / milking stand, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to check their hooves, give them their wormer if they need it, and also the copper bolus.
Alright, so I'm just going to show you a little bit what I'm doing. It's really hot under here, so I'm sweating a lot. That's why. But right here, we can show, so these hooves aren't real bad, but they definitely can be touched up a little bit. You can see right in here, you can just kind of clear that out. Anything that's kind of extra, you can kind of see right here, I'll kind of cut it off. Just like right there. You want this to be kind of just flat. You can see they're having growth coming over. You just kind of get in here and cut that part off. Like these hooves aren't real bad, and we have a lot of rocks on our property, so they kind of almost naturally do it. Kind of trim their hooves naturally. So like right here, when their hoofs come down, it's just like a straight. It's not kind of bowed to one side or up too high. It's just naturally going straight like that. That's kind of what you want to see. Alright, so as you can see, we're almost done here. I'm going to give this goat some wormer. And the only reason why we're doing the 2, you may ask yourself, well, you have the 4, why don't you just worm the other 2 while you have it? Well, here on our farm, we don't like to just worm animals to worm them. If they're not showing any signs of worms or anything like that, we don't touch them. We just worm per goat. We don't worm like by the herd. I just don't see any purpose of it. If the goat's doing perfectly fine the way it is, you know, there's no need to start pumping it full of, you know, different type of chemicals and stuff if it doesn't need it. If the goat needs it, like these 2, I felt like needed it, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to worm them. So that's the reason why we're only doing these 2. That's just the way we like to do it, and it's been working for us so far. And yeah, so we don't like to do just the whole herd, but that's why we're doing just the 2. So another thing we're going to do for these 2 goats, because they are a little wormy, so they're probably not feeling as well, we're just going to give them a little Nutri-Drench. It's just more like minerals and gives them a little bit more nutrition just while they're kind of down right now. We just like to do that, kind of perks them up a little bit while they're not feeling too good. Just give a couple squirts. There you go. Another thing we like to do just before we let them go, just kind of spray them down with some fly spray during the summer. Just kind of, you know, in a sense keeps the flies off of them. You don't have any other issues, and, you know, if it's dealing with flies. So just do a little spray, nothing crazy. Alright, so we're over here in the other pasture. Before we get them, we just kind of wanted to explain a little bit on if people that may be asking themselves, what is a copper bolus? So copper bolus is actually, looks like a kind of a little pill, and it's got tiny little pieces of copper in there. It looks like probably a couple hundred of them, it just kind of seems like. And what that does is, as you could see previously, you stick it in the this little drencher, and you stick it and it goes down in the throat. And it kind of go other 2 ways. It can go down their throat, and then it'll kind of dissolve over time, and it'll give them the copper that they need. Especially in our area, we're very copper deficient, so that's why we do this. And goats need copper really bad. They really do. Sheep, you're not allowed to give sheep copper. So anyone that has sheep, don't be taking this advice for sheep. But yeah, they do that, or sometimes they kind of can regurgitate it back up. But they'll usually chew on it and they'll swallow it and get it that way. As long as it gets in their system, it's good to go. But that's just a little bit about the copper bolus and kind of why we do it. But right now we're going to try to get these kids. We're going to try to get the big buck in here. It's kind of like our hay barn. We got a little feed in there. We don't really have a catch pen in this field. It's the only thing we got. So we're going to try to get this thing done. Don't know how well it's going to go, but we're going to see how it does. So everything that we're using, we'll try to put it down in our like Amazon store and everything. We got the copper bolus here. I believe you can get this on Amazon, and we actually need to get some more of these. We're kind of running out, but we have enough to do everybody. And Dutch's goat already had his whenever he came. Dutch gave it to him. So after this, all of our goats will be good to go with copper boluses. But if you're interested in anything that we kind of used today, we'll leave it down in the Amazon store. All right, so we got the goats worked. Now we did miss 2 of the kids because they kind of ran out and they kind of got by us. So tomorrow or the next day, whenever we feed them, we'll kind of get those individuals and they'll get one. But they got everyone else got the copper bolus, and we wormed those 2 goats that needed it. And that was one thing that we probably thought we'd probably get a lot of questions on, so we probably just address it right now on what kind of wormers do you use and everything. Now guys, with all of this, we are not veterinarians. We do not play one on YouTube. We've talked to our veterinarian and he's suggested what we use. So just take that with a grain of salt. Always contact your veterinarian, ask them their opinions and everything. If you have somebody that has done goats for their whole life and you trust them with what they say, then that's for you. But every farm is different, everybody's land is different, goats are different, so not everything is just set in stone that you use this one you're going to be good. It's not like that. And with parasites, it's always evolving. Okay, so the ones that we use today, we use this Sidectin, and that is it's actually a cattle drench. You pour this on your cattle, but we give it to our goats orally. Our vet said that was good, so we use that. Now another one we use, because whenever you worm a goat, what we do is you worm them and then 10 days later we worm them again. And so today we gave them Valbazin, and that's another one we use. Using 2 different ones can just it helps with different type of worms. We've used other ones in the past, so you just kind of got to know what works for you. Not everything is set in stone, like I said, and we are not a veterinarian, so just contact your veterinarian. We also do, like just natural stuff. Pumpkins are a good dewormer for animals, so we try to kind of grow some stuff that can be a dewormer also, so you don't always have to go to this, but there is a time for everything, and then just everyone's farm is different. So those are the wormers that we use for our goats. Now here soon coming up, we actually have some people coming over and we're going to do some bartering. So whenever they get here right now, we'll kind of show you that. All right, y'all, so like we said before, we had some people coming over and we're going to do some bartering here. We have Chad and Case from Adler Farms. Chad, just tell them about your YouTube channel. They have a channel also.
Yeah. It's called Adler Farms. It's myself, Case, and Adler, of course, the baby that you've seen in the videos. But we've got 8 acres in Joplin, Missouri, and we've got 2 cows, steers for those, yeah. We've got 2 steers, we've got guinea hogs, we've got piglets now. We just had piglets, that's pretty awesome. That was the first life on the new farm too, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, really?
Yep. We never had piglets, but we were out working and looked over and we knew Lola was pregnant, of course, but we looked over and there was piglets. And we were like, hey, there we go.
Welcome.
So we've got the piglets, but we started out as, I think like everybody in the community, we started out homesteading and whatnot with chickens, the gateway, right?
Right.
And we started raising chickens for the last 4 or 5 years and then jumped in full time with anything else we can fit on the farm. So we've got ducks, we've got some other animals that, cliffhanger, that's what you guys call it, right? We'll leave you hanging there. We got some other animals coming and just having a lot of fun. So, but yeah, we followed Jacob and Alex, and we actually saw that you guys lost some chickens, and we did too. And you guys are, I'll be honest, when I saw that you guys lost chickens to raccoons, I didn't feel so bad, because us being so new, we were like, oh, see, they lost, but
yeah. So the one reason, yeah, like you said, he lost some chickens, or we lost chickens, and it was the Black Copper Marans, and we were really bummed about that. And Chad, I believe, messaged Alex and said, hey, we have some Black Copper Marans that are hens. We have 3 of them, and they're just starting to lay somewhat, right?
Correct. They've been laying about a month and a half.
About a month. And he said, or would you all be willing to do some trading for these Copper Marans, because he knew we really wanted them. And I said, yeah, sure. What are you wanting? And he said, I'd really like some of those meat chickens. So right now, what we're doing is we're doing chickens for chickens. Is what we got right there, and we can show you over here.
Sit it down. Grab the bucket. There you go.
Yikes.
So these are going to be Copper Marans that we're trading. They look pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Very well cared for.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you, it wasn't easy convincing him to give me some of his meat birds. He brought them out without me asking.
Yeah.
But I think Alex made that deal before it was cleared, maybe.
Probably a little bit, yeah. She knew about the Copper Marans, especially that they're already laid, and she was like, I want these chickens. So whatever we got to do to get them, we're going to get them. But yeah, we're just trading straight across, and if y'all have never bartered and stuff before, it's pretty fun to do. You know, you don't have to exchange money or anything like that. It's just, he's got some chickens that we wanted. He wanted some meat chickens that we have, and so we're trading straight across. So that's pretty much what we're doing right now. Go check out their channel if that's something that you're interested in. Check them out, Adler Farms. But guys, if you got any questions about what we did today in our videos, leave them down in the comments. Subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell for notifications to notify you of new content that we put out as much as we can. But guys, as always, take care and God bless.
See y'all.